guys, welcome to part 1 of my web development tutorial. I will not be doing something crazy in this tutorial, but I will be covering a vast of all the different tools needed to start as a web developer. In order to become a web developer, you need to know the various tools to work with. It is just like any other skilled profession. Take for example, the mechanic need to know the various tools to work with. He need to know his toolbox very well. If not, he is not a mechanic. The farmer need to know his toolbox very well, and he need to know how to work with those tools in the toolbox. If he doesn't, that means he's not a farmer. And as a web developer, you need to know your toolbox, and you need to know the various tools in your toolbox. And if you don't know how to work with those toolbox, the various tools in the toolbox, that means you are not a web developer. So I will be using the opportunity to cover a lot of tools that you can find in your toolbox as a web developer. In the very first item we're going to explore is a code editor. Now, what is a code editor, you might ask? Simply say, a code editor is a computer software designed to enable developers to write, edit, delete, alter, or rearrange computer codes for the purpose of development. There are quite a lot of code editors there in the internet. So, but as a developer, you need to have what we call your favorite code editor. And I myself have a favorite code editor. I'll be showing you my own favorite code editors, and if you like them, that will be fine. I've been working with it for some time now, for some years, not just some time, no, for some years, and it has been working perfectly for me. The very first code editor I'll be showing you is the NOTEPAD. The NOTEPAD is very simple. And the interesting thing with the NOTEPAD is that you can do a lot of coding, not just coding dedicated for web development alone. You can do your C++, C#, you can do your Java coding, your PHP, your Python, and there are quite a lot of programming you can do with NOTEPAD. That's why I really prefer using NOTEPAD than so many. But when it comes to some specific features, there are things that NOTEPAD can do for you, which I will be showing you the second code editor that you might likely want to use, and that is the Atom. Yes, the Atom code editor. This is how it looks like. It's very organized. So that is what the NOTEPAD can do for you. The Atom can help you to organize your documents in such a way that you will really find it easy working with in your project. Like, this is how it works, well organized, so you can easily see the whole folders at once. But when you're working with NOTEPAD, you need to go out of your code editor to look for the file to edit it. So that is somehow cumbersome. But with Atom, everything is all intact for you. And if you are a Windows user, you can still maybe download the Visual Studio 2019 edition. Is quite a nice editor tool for your web development. So this is an example. These are examples of my favorites. Yes, these are my favorite code editor. I will show the example of 3: the NOTEPAD, the Atom, and the Visual Studio. More information on how you can download these softwares will be found at the description under this video. And now, this is just the first tool for you as a web developer, please. Now, what are other tools you need? Of course, there are still additional about 2 tools you need to know as a web developer. The second is a browser. Yes, the browser is a tool for you as a web developer, and not just one single browser. No, you need to have a list of browsers that are popular out there, and you can affix for Chrome, your Firefox, UC browsers, Internet Explorer. These are popular browsers you need to work with, because if you design websites or web pages, you need to test these pages to know how it will look like in all these various browsers. So, as I said, you need to have a view on how your code will look like in Chrome. This is Mozilla Firefox. It's simple, and this is UC browser. Well, with a nice GUI, and this is Chrome browser, which is loading up right now. So it's quite okay and well structured as well. So as a web artisan, you need to work with current and updated version of your browsers. So the browser is common. When you ask what is a browser, simply say a browser is a software program with GUI for displaying HTML files used to navigate the World Wide Web. The browser is just there to display HTML files. And what is a HTML file? We are going to be exploring all this in this tutorial. Relax. It's a gradual process. As a web developer, also, you need to know not just the browser alone, you need to also have an idea of how the server looks like, because the browser itself does part of the work of the server. Now let me show you an example by pictorial illustration. Let's say this is the browser. Yes, and this is a search bar, and here is the server. So I say that the browser only does some part of the work of the server, and in this server there's a segment of the server that contains files. Let's say this server contains files of Davidesk, contains some of my files. And the interesting thing is that this server is not located in your system. It is located somewhere in the internet. This is a server. It's located in the cloud where you cannot easily access it. But for you to access this server, you need a browser. You need a browser to access this server. To access the document of Davidesk, you need a browser. Now in this browser, in the Search tab, you are looking for Davidesk document. Now you now have to type the name davidesk.com. Yes, just call it anyhow, davidesk.com. Sorry for that. So what this browser will do, as long as you are connected to the internet, this browser will make a request to the server holding the document of Davidesk. So it will request for the HTML documents, and the request will call it the HTTP requests. So once the server recognizes that yes, this is a valid user, the server will now send a response to the browser that requested for Davidesk documents. So it will send back a HTTP response document, and alongside this HTTP response comes Davidesk public data. Davidesk public data means that it is a data that is allowed by Davidesk for the public to view. And if it is something that, if it's a document that doesn't require the attention of the public, it will come in password. That means for you to access that document, you need to access it with password, and it will be displaying this in HTML. So in this series, we're going to learn more on HTML, so you know how to build your HTML page, so that once the server sends to the browser, it will just display into the browser in such a way that the user will find it appealing and will appreciate what he is seeing and can easily navigate through different sections of their websites. I hope that's clear, guys. So please do well to install different sections of or different types of browsers. Please do well to install all that, and once you've done so, don't forget to since we'll be uploading new series of this tutorial in this channel, don't forget to subscribe, click the subscription button and the bell icon to just get notified whenever we upload, whenever new uploads are available. So thank you very much. So the next tutorial is clients and server. Thank you.